Hey, thanks for slithering in. I am Symtherin, the one and only, and welcome back to my channel and to another speed build in The Sims 4. We just hopped right into this apartment and started adding windows. So I want to comment on that first before we really get into it. I do this with the help of the tool mod by Twisted Mexi. It could be a little touchy sometimes, but it's perfect for, you know, those awkward places. You can even like remove the old windows and change them out and whatnot, but I opted to use the same windows and just kind of add them into two of the rooms that I planned to be bedrooms, because I don't know about you guys, but it's very helpful to have windows in your bedroom. However, do note that if you do choose to grab this apartment from the gallery, which yes, it's actually already up there by the time I'm doing this voiceover, so yay me, those windows won't be there. That is unfortunate and has a lot to do with, I think, how apartments get loaded into the gallery and downloaded. So I basically have to delete walls. Pretty much how I do it, and I do it because I've seen others do it this way. I delete the walls behind the doors. So if a door is on like a one tile wall, I'll delete that wall, and then that way it's easy for you guys when you load it up into your game to just add the wall back. So that's the way I do it. So others might do it differently, but basically you have to upload apartments to the gallery as like a room. And Sims team, when are we gonna get that fixed, please? Or hopefully that's better in the next edition of the Sims generation. Who knows? Let's fingers crossed, okay? Anyway, I have been trying to complete an apartment build for some time now because it's been a really long time since we've done an apartment on this channel, and I used to really like decorating apartments. However, floor plans, and I've said it before, I've just not have had any luck with them recently. It's probably my least favorite part of the building experience, or the building process. It is an experience though. Yeah, we can go with that. So I actually picked out this apartment here at 920 Medina Studios, which I don't think I actually ever renovated. I don't think so. Not that I can recall anyway. And that's probably because I cannot stand how tall the walls are. I feel like I have to fill every nook and cranny and inch on these walls to make these apartments look decent, but I refrained myself because I wanted to go with like a sleek and more modern feel to this build. My last build was a mermaid home, which was a little more whimsical, and actually let's touch base a little bit on that mermaid home. More so on a comment I made. It's actually really funny. I did the voiceover for the mermaid home on Monday, May 29th, and then got it scheduled to upload on Wednesday the 31st, right? 2 days after. And in the voiceover, sorry, my dog just yawned. In the voiceover, I asked you guys, when do you think the Sims team is going to drop some new news, because we're waiting on an announcement for 2 kits, right? Well, I'm psychic apparently, and you guys couldn't witness that moment because obviously that video came out after the Sims team made the announcement for the next 2 kits. The Sims Twitter account, and I believe on Instagram too, and maybe other accounts, I don't know, those are the 2 places I follow them on anyway. They posted a tweet or a post: explore non-conforming styles and make them your own, or relax in a plush, cozy space with the Sims 4 Grunge Revival Kit, which is a Create a Sim kit, and the Sims 4 Book Nook Kit. Let's talk about it for a second. As we work on this dining room, that's going to go through a few changes because I was really trying to trust the process, and it was really, really hard. But anyway, about these 2 kits, and I want to know your opinion down in the comments below as well. But my opinion is, oh my god, I can't wait. So by the time you're seeing this video, of course, we'll already have the kits. So If you have them, if you got them, let me know how you're enjoying them. If you didn't, let me know why you chose not to. I mean, no judgment here. I know kits are kind of controversial. Not kind of, I would say a lot. So I totally understand. Cause yeah, me, I can't not. I have a problem. I have an addiction, especially a shopping addiction, and The Sims kind of take that over. Anyway, I'm gonna give them all my money. But first off, the Book Nook kit, right? Oh my god, I can't wait for this. It's like right up my alley. I love doing like little reading corners. I love cozy spaces, as you guys may know. And I love books in general, not just in The Sims, in real life, especially I've been trying to read more. And I used to be like an avid reader, like always reading a book, always had one on me. Then, you know, life happens, yada, yada, yada. I talk about that in a different video. But what really caught my eye is actually the Grunge Revival kit. Now, I might actually get that kit. It might be, well, it wouldn't be the first Create a Sim kit that I get, because I did get the fitness one, the throwback fitness kit, when kits were like first announced, because it was new, it was exciting. I was like, oh my god. And then I realized I never use these because I don't play the game. I don't like create Sims. I just build usually. However, that is totally up my style. I love grunge. I love the punk style. I like to say that that's my style. However, it's been a while since I've updated my wardrobe, so that might be it. But, you know, ripped jeans, comfy sneakers, a nice sweater or graphic tee, definitely up my alley. Always been something I was drawn to. So I may be exploring that a little bit more, and I can't wait to tell you guys what I think about it. Maybe I'll make a sim and share it. Who knows? We'll see. Maybe not a full video because I don't know how well that would do. But yeah, let's kind of get into this build because I do have a fun little backstory about it. As you can see, it's very sleek, very modern. I figured we're in the heart of San Myshuno, right? This is a pretty, I wouldn't say upscale apartment, but more upscale than some other ones. Obviously, we don't have a TLC trait on this one. The traits on this one, I think, was a quiet space, but also prone to like hauntings, which I think would be fun if you wanted to play that storyline. But that has nothing to do with the backstory I created. So I knew that the one sim in the bedroom that you guys saw me start decorating already, with the green bed, I knew that sim was probably pretty well off. I assumed he was male, successful, probably in the music or film industry. I think more movie, like film industry, because I put some posters in the living area and I even add more into the bedroom. So I don't know, I wouldn't say they're an actor, but maybe they're more behind the scenes, maybe like editing or producing, something like that, some kind of behind the scenes, more technical type job. And I don't know if that's like an actual career in the game, but you can pretend. I'm sure, because I think the acting one just takes you to acting. And don't mind me here, I'm just discovering that we have so many more different options for like these pan hanging decorations for kitchens. I always thought it was just the one. I never go into that section of the catalog, so I was completely like surprised and in awe. But also these cabinets and counters from Spade, I didn't realize that long boy cabinet kind of had that opening space. You can probably use it for some clutter and decoration, but I used it for the microwave. I don't know if it's functional. Once again, I'm sorry, I do not play test my builds, and I know I should do that before I put it on the gallery, but usually when I finish a build, I'm done and I don't want to look at it anymore. Not that I don't want to look at it anymore. I want to kind of move on to the next one and not play test. So yeah, that's my thing. However, if you guys start seeing a lot more issues in the builds and you want to let me know, that would be great, because if I have to, you know, spend the time play testing, I will. I'll do it for you guys because you guys are awesome. Every single one of you. I'll get back to the backstory in a second, but in the kitchen here, I thought the wall kind of looked a little blank between the counters and the cabinets. So I added some open shelving because those cabinets are pretty high up and you might not want to put like the things you grab often way up there. That would kind of suck if you always have to grab a ladder or step stool or something. Like, I mean, I'm not sure. I'm pretty average height. Some people say I'm a little taller than average, but I feel like it's average because people around me are about the same height. Anyway, I digress. But yeah, I thought it was kind of cute. Added some clutter. I think some of it disappeared by the time I did the video tour. But like I said, I am lazy and I didn't want to like start the video tour all over just to add a few more clutter items. So you get the idea, right? Anyway, let's get back to the backstory. So our first sim in the green bedroom has a very successful career in the film industry, and maybe they decided it was time to start saving up for maybe a bigger house or something, or maybe something happened in the film industry, right? Maybe work is slow, maybe they're a freelancer and they just kind of need to cut some corners, right? So they decide to get a roommate. They post an ad on whatever Sims posts an ad on for roommates. And maybe a few Sims came by and checked the place out. Maybe they didn't like it. Maybe he didn't like them. But then this other Sim, right? She is coming from Brindleton Bay or maybe Henford on Bagley. Very like country girl, moves to the city to try and make it as an actress or in some other similar field. So she passes the test or the interview, whatever they do, the walkthrough, and she moves in. So she takes over that second bedroom. She also brings her cat, so you may have seen in the dining room I put a little scratching post and a little food thing. And the best part about this apartment is they both have their own bathroom. So the kitty litter is in her bathroom. However, I don't know if it's functional because I put it under the sink. So yeah, that's just something else I just didn't play test. But pretty much I imagine that if these two Sims weren't living in this apartment, they may have never met or crossed paths because, well, maybe if she's an actress and he's in film. But either way, it's a big city and we're not even in Del Sol Valley, so I don't know. It, you know, take with it, run with it, whatever. Anyway, they end up falling in love, perhaps. I was thinking like a Roomies to romance kind of storyline. And I thought that would be such a cute, wholesome storyline to play through in The Sims. And I was kind of just like, while building it, thinking about it and being like, oh, this is so cute. So, but obviously, maybe something else happens and they're enemies. Roomies to enemies. I don't know, frenemies. But that was just a thought. And I don't know, I think it's fun to come up with little storylines for builds and the Sims that might live in here. But obviously, if you guys download this, you might choose something completely different. Maybe this isn't a bedroom and this is just a bedroom for cats because whoever lives here is really in love with cats. It can happen, right? But I actually never saw this cat tree from Cats and Dogs, and I was like, what? I've only seen like the one, but also the one that comes with like my first pet stuff. But this one, I've never seen it, and I think it's because the cover icon swatch is so ugly that I just never click on it. It's like a weird brown and blue, and that might be it. But for some reason, I pulled it out, and I was like, oh, okay. And it kind of like chose the color theme-ish in this bedroom. There's not too much in her room. I figured that this Sim probably had to travel light because it was such a huge change. It was a far trip, and she just had to pick and choose kind of the necessities. So I don't know. I thought that was fun to think about, fun to play around with. And let me know down in the comments below if when you guys are building, are you thinking up storylines and things for possible Sims who would live in those builds? I'd be so curious to know, because I think that's totally part of the fun. And also I gave her like this whole little setup here, so maybe she does some online content creation while she's trying to make it big. But we are wrapping up the speed build already so quick. Thanks for joining me, guys, and yeah, enjoy the video tour. Give the video a like, subscribe, comment, ring the bell, all those things. Thanks so much, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.